All right, welcome to yet another fabulous Sunday night news and nonsense. And it's going to be fabulous this week because we have Total OS Today back with us. Total OS Today, how you doing and how's your ma?
I'm doing good. My mom is doing a little better. We got her blood pressure stabilized, and it's really a matter of her, changing her diet, a little less salt and this and that. And, it's probably, I'm looking probably at 6 months to a year. She is an Italian cook, and to tell an Italian cook to stop cooking the way they do, it's like trying to tell the Pope to, stop praying.
Yeah, and especially so you have that's a blood pressure thing. You definitely have to watch your diet. You have to watch your cholesterol. It's funny because when the warranty runs out on your body, everything starts falling off, and I'm a prime example of that. You should see what my teeth look like when I don't have my snap and smile on. I got hit with some serious news first thing this morning. Ubuntu forums got hacked. 1.82 million logins and email addresses were stolen. And apparently what had happened was when the site was hacked, and I didn't even get a chance to notice this because I wasn't on Ubuntu's forums this morning, but apparently they had a page that pointed to the Sputnik person, whoever that is, on Twitter, and so they had this on the page, and apparently this person didn't have that many followers and that sort of thing. And I don't know if they were just picking a name at random or if this was the name of the hacker or whatnot. But apparently the Ubuntu forums was using an old version of vBulletin. Okay, and so be advised, those of you out there, I hope you didn't use your email password and your usernames and that sort of thing. How do you see that toss today? Did you have an account on there?
I don't recall. All I can say is that person now has 1.8 million followers, I suppose. But no, right. No, I don't think I had an account. I believe Canonical stated that I do have an Ubuntu One account, the cloud storage. And I believe Spatry, they said, correct me if I'm wrong, that account was not affected. True?
That is true. It's only for the forums, and that's just something. Any passwords that I have for important things like banking, managing my money, and that sort of thing. I have separate passwords, and I have a separate wallet of my own that I keep those passwords in, and that information is not stored even locally on my computer in the event that something gets hacked. And everyday forums and that sort of thing that I'm a member of, those I have a simple password for, and if somebody were to hack in there, they're not going to get any of my personal information. As a matter of fact, whenever I sign up to use a forum, I have an account on Yahoo, which is for specifically for spam. And so only, anytime I sign up for a forum, I use that email address and not give out my real email address just because, I don't want to get much junk mail. And that's a nice thing because, on my main email account, I really don't get that much spam at all. But then again, I'm not giving out that email address either.
Yeah, we should probably do a show one night on security, for everybody, not just Ubuntu, users, but Windows users also. But yeah, I use random passwords. I usually change them every so often. I have separate emails for certain things, so the spam goes in there. Sometimes it's just a little bit of common sense, but sometimes no matter what you do, stuff like this happens. I'm sure all the Windows users are laughing tonight, but hey, this can happen to anybody.
What you got, Toss, today?
Well, Microsoft has dropped the price. Surprise, surprise! The price of their Surface tablet from $499.99 to $349.99. I kind of predicted this back in I'm going to guess March. I did a podcast with Twill This Week in Linux, and we talked about how, as far as tablets go and the pricing point the marketing, Microsoft got it all wrong. I think we can agree that as far as mobile devices, Windows 8 is acceptable. On tablets, they got the pricing and marketing wrong, and I predicted that it would not sell. Not that the tablet itself had crappy, hardware specs, but $499.99 and up for something that's new is not going to sell. And I didn't think it would happen this quickly, Spatch. I figured before the holiday season the prices would drop. But this past week, the Surface tablet, $349.99, and I just read a few days ago that for school systems, for school administrators, it's down to $199.99, which I think is a bargain considering this is a full-blown HD tablet. Granted, Windows 8 is not for everybody, but I think, Spatry, right now, I believe the pricing, Microsoft got the pricing right.
Yep, you weren't here for last week's show, but we actually covered that one in last week's News and Nonsense report.
Okay.
But I didn't know that they were offering it even lower, down to $199 for schools and institutions. But of real interest here is the fact that Microsoft is starting to lose market share, or Microsoft is starting to lose market share. At a time when personal computers are experiencing a drop in sales, Google's Chromebooks are defying skeptics and gaining market share. The growth follows the unveiling of low-cost Chromebook models from Samsung and Acer last October. Traditional Microsoft partners such as Hewlett-Packard and Lenovo have started offering Google Chromebooks in recent months. It's an old battle between the two tech giants, and today hostilities renewed between Microsoft and Google, who both released second quarter earnings. According to research from NPD Group, in the last 8 months, Chromebooks have snagged 20 to 25% of the U.S. market for laptops priced under $300. The device is now the fastest growing part of the personal computer industry based on price.
Yeah, I suppose I should pat myself on the back. That's another prediction that somewhat came true. I believe I did one review or tutorial on the Chrome OS, and I believe I did it in a VirtualBox. But I thought that's something that would sell, kick off, if not right away, but once the word got around. Yeah, look, Chromebooks featuring the Chrome OS, updates for life for both the operating system and the software. It's cloud-based storage. Granted, it's not like a Windows PC. And we should probably do a podcast on that, on what a Chromebook is and is not. But look, Google got it right with the last year with the tablet, the $199.99 quad-core 7-inch tablet, which nobody had. Are you listening, Microsoft? And then, now with the Chrome OS, fairly priced, laptops for what they do. Are you listening, Microsoft? Sometimes I think over there at the other side of the mess, they're just brain dysfunctional sometimes. But yes, congratulations to Google for creating another winner of a product.
Yeah, and that's the thing, because it's really funny. All these things that we're starting to see in the news here. It's like, we're starting to see a pattern where the underdog is finally coming up ahead of Microsoft, and so now we're starting to see, laptop sales are really not improving right now. But the thing is, the fact that Google could make their notebooks come out, and these are all Linux-powered machines, wouldn't surprise me if Microsoft ends up going bankrupt one day, hey?
Well, that is certainly possible. I think probably in the end, Spatry, they will lick their wounds, learn. They need to hire advisors like myself, But look, we all like to bash Windows at one point or another. Even myself, who simply adores Windows 7. Windows 7, not Windows 8. But it's a little bit puzzling because Spatry, last year, even the year before, Microsoft certainly had the resources to come out with a 7-inch Windows 8 tablet just before Christmas that would have sold. Why didn't they do it? I don't know.
Yep, I guess we'll never know.
No. Well, let's see. What else do I have? Speaking of open source, I think, yeah, Firefox, they're coming out with a Firefox phone with the Firefox OS, I guess, battery. This is something I caught about a week ago. It's being only sold in Spain right now, I think, of all places. I guess they can sell that with the Sangria, but it's $99.99 and is a Firefox smartphone. Yet another competitor for the smartphone market.
Yes, I was reading that article the other day, and if Firefox can pull it off, more power to them. I kind of lost my my taste for Firefox because I used to swear by it. I used it all the time. But then finally one day I bit the bullet, because it seemed like every update that Firefox was giving, to me it seemed like every version was getting slower and slower. So I decided to switch to Chromium, not Chrome, but Chromium, the free and open source version. And this thing is lightning fast. It gets updated. It never slows down. It's really quick. I love it. So I decided to stick with that. But I'll tell you what, if Firefox can get their mobile platform and their phone working, and they've got a market for it and they can sell it, hey, more power to them, more power to them. Now, I got some other news here.
Okay.
I've had some people on my channel expressing concerns that, a lot of the newer games and that sort of thing that are out there are going to be switched in the next year. They're going to be all switching over to DirectX 11. They're not going to be supporting DirectX 9 anymore.
Right.
But we have some good news because a lot of those 3D games are basically using the CryEngine 3, or the game, the engine that was used to make the game Crysis. Well, guess what? CryEngine 3 is coming to Linux. So we're going to be seeing a lot of games that run on the Crysis Engine 3 that will be coming to Linux for us. And not only that, but the thing is, now that we have Steam developing great games and we have a bunch of other great game manufacturers that are jumping the Linux bandwagon, I don't really consider the switch to be much of a threat. Not only that, but the thing is, I did notice that that we are starting to see some DirectX 11 things that you can get working in Wine. I haven't had a chance to play with them just yet, but I know we have them, and we'll just have to see. Wine has always been able to adapt, but a lot of people have also been stressing that yes, we want to see more great games coming to Linux, but I just say patience.
Yeah, I would have to agree, Spatcher. I still get comments and people asking advice about Linux gaming. For the people out there that don't know, I really don't play that many games on my PC, but Linux, as far as gaming for Linux, it's not quite there yet. It's getting better, updates and developments, but honestly, right now, from my perspective, if you are a true PC gamer and you want all of your titles to work right now, don't know 6 months from now, don't know a year from now, you're probably better off sticking with Windows for now. But yeah, what you just stated, it's definitely welcome news for all the Linux gamers out there.
Now, and in my free time, since I haven't been putting up very many shows in my free time, because I've been very busy these past few weeks, and I haven't been putting up as many shows, but my free time, I'll tell you what, I've been playing a lot of DirectX games in Wine. I've got a bunch of games and programs running, and I figured I'd just try and give the development release of Wine 1.6 a full run, and let me tell you what, this one really does an excellent job at cutting up and handling DirectX 9 games. And I've had, I want to say, an 85% success rate. So I have been getting a lot of games working beautifully under Wine. And the thing is, some DirectX games you can get work, DirectX 11 games you can get working under Wine, but it's a real pain in the neck right now. But it will be getting better as new versions release. So
yeah, if you are a newbie, a beginner, if you want to give it a try the Steam Linux client, but Honestly, right now, at least for beginners, like Spatry said, 85% is actually pretty good. But if you're a newbie, you know what, Spatry, for beginners that probably may not be good enough, and they may get frustrated, and they may unfairly say that Linux gaming sucks. It does not, but hey, it's getting better. Like you said, be patient. And I have a feeling that a year from now, we will be humming a different tune when it comes to Linux gaming.
Oh, I think so too. I really think so too.
All right, let's get into some nonsense. You want to go first?
Oh, really? You ready for nonsense already? I wanted to share one more and then go
Go
into the
for it.
nonsense.
Go for it.
Okay. Google plans to offer online TV services.
Really?
Yeah. First, there was TV, then came cable, followed by set-top boxes, and finally Internet TV. Now, where there is Internet, there's bound to be the giant that almost rules it, and that is Google. In a recent announcement, Google revealed that it's approaching deals with big-time TV broadcasters to secure deals that would allow it to enter the highly profitable and highly monopolized market of Internet TV. Given that set-top boxes leave a lot to be wanted, it's only proper for an innovative thinker like Google to step in, and since Google specializes in under-the-roof technique, we can rest assured that Google TV will integrate a lot of other useful features too, like Hulu and Netflix, other than just choosing your preferred channel.
This year, my favorite show that's filmed in your parts of the country there in South Florida. This is the last season for one of the all-time favorite best shows, Burn Notice. So Google TV, if you're starting that, rehire the cast and pay them double, please. I don't want to suffer burn notice. I don't want to suffer burn notice withdrawal.
Toss, do you remember what Windows 3.1.1 was called?
No, I don't.
It was called Windows for Workgroups, right? Do you remember that?
Okay, yeah.
Okay. Well, this is true. Now, this is some nonsense news, but this is true.
Okay.
Apparently, Linus Torvalds is calling Linux 3.11 Linux for Workgroups, and the logo is Tux holding up a flag that looks kind of sort of like the Windows logo.
What?
Kind of in a warped way. I kid you not. I kid you not. Here, let me send you a link to this article.
Okay, fine.
Yep, I kid you not. Wait till you see this logo. But at any rate, yep, so almost 20 years ago, in August 1993, Microsoft released its second networked version of Windows, Windows for Workgroups 3.1.1. It wasn't a success. Success for Microsoft in a network-enabled operating system would come the same year with Windows NT. On Sunday, July 14th, 2013, with a wink, Linus Torvalds released the first version of the newest Linux kernel 3.1.1, Linux for Workgroups.
Oh, it's the flag of surrender.
Well, actually, it's not quite a Windows flag, but
yeah. It looks like. I mean, if you were just browsing, oh, what's that? Right. Yeah. Okay. Sure.
Yeah. So now with the new logo sporting Tux, the Linux Penguin holds a flag that's remindful of the old Windows 3.1 logo. Linux 3.11 is ready for testers. This is far from the first time that Torvalds has given early builds of the Linux kernel whimsical nicknames. Earlier ones have included Unicycling Gorilla, Holy Dancing Manatees, Batman. And Jeff thinks I should change this, but to what?
I don't know, but that sure looks like a Windows logo to me next to the penguin. But yeah. All right, let's go back to, we spoke briefly about smartphones. Now, you have an Android phone, and so do I, and we both love it. But battery life, yeah, the battery life leaves a little bit to be desired, to say the least. Well, Spatry, British scientist... and I'm reading this, and this is nonsense.
Oh, here it comes.
Here is the headline. No charger needed. Scientists unveil urine-powered cell phone.
You
Let
gotta
me
send me a link to that. I gotta see this.
Google it. I'm sure it'll pop right up. But it says British researchers at the Bristol Robotics Laboratory have developed a method claiming this is the first time a phone has been powered by MFC, microbial fuel cells found in pee. And I continue the quote, no one has harnessed power from urine, so it's an exciting discovery. Okay. I'm waiting for the methane-powered cell phone. What about you?
Yeah, I'm gonna be recharging my cell phone by taking a dump in the bucket. I don't think so.
Hey, let's bring the dinosaur story back. There's that link, by the way. Yeah.
But apparently this is true. Scientists at Bristol Robotics Laboratory in England recently used 500 milliliters of urine to power a cell phone for a 24-hour period, during which they were able to make phone calls and send text messages and surf the web. Wow. Who would have thought?
It's so bizarre that, as they say, truth is stranger than fiction. I feel like, excuse me, Spatchy, my phone's dying. I have to go eat that can of beans so I can recharge it shortly. But yeah, no, hey, like whatever works. But yeah.
As always, it's good to have you back, Total OS, today. The show wasn't the same without you last week, and I'd like to thank everybody in the listening room for joining us. Any last thoughts?
One more piece of nonsense. This is actually kind of cool. A developer has hacked a microwave with a Raspberry Pi. The microwave can...
Oh.
Yeah, this is actually kind
the urine one was funnier.
Yeah, well, no, this is not. It's not, but it's not. I mean, it's something that's usable. I guess the microwave can update itself. It has voice commands. I wonder what it says when it talks back to you when they burn the food. Yo, stupid, I'm burning. But anyway, that's all I have. Yeah. Let's see. I have a long list here of stuff, but we don't want this to be like a 2-hour, feature film podcast here. But anyway, one last thing. Nokia is coming out with a 41 megapixel camera. Perfect for us spies, right?
10 megapixels is really too much for a lot of people. What are you going to do with 41 megapixels?
I could zoom in on those pesky little bugs and zap them. But when is smartphone technology too much? I mean, first phones were the size of bricks. You remember those?
Oh, absolutely. I remember the brick, yes.
Okay, then they got small, and then apparently too small because there's a rumor that Samsung is coming out with an 8-inch Note cell phone. Now, pretty soon we'll have phones, the sizes of 2x4s, which I guess will be great because then you can plug in your, amplified antenna in that pole. But, it's ridiculous, I think, 41 megapixel. I guess it really helps you when you zoom in. Of course, the question is, what are you zooming in onto?
Things that make you go,
Things that make you go, yeah, right.
All right. That's all I've got, too. As always, good doing a show with you, Toss, today. Why don't you take us out?
Thank you for everybody, all the listeners out there, and all the well-wishers who, commenting, sending your prayers for me and my mom. It is greatly appreciated. And yeah, it's definitely good to be back. Humor is the best medicine. So, Spatchy, it's good to be back doing the show. It's definitely not the same when either one of us it's not there. But thank you to all the listeners, and hope to be here. I guess every Saturday night with Spatchy's show, usually, and every with the Zoo Crew Saturday night, and every Sunday night for the Sunday Night News and Nonsense Report. As I always end my videos, we will catch all of you sometime in the future. Ciao.
All right, ciao.